Johan Liebert is one of the most enigmatic and charismatic characters in anime. Despite creating 4 separate videos on how he manipulates and cultivates mystery, there is more to cover. This is how to be charismatic like Johan Liebert from Monster. So what is charisma? Charisma is a compelling attractiveness or charm that can inspire devotion in others. Its origins go back to prophets, individuals who were picked by God to spread his message through the world. Whether you believe in religion or not, it doesn't really matter. It is here. Johan embodies the theme of religiosity despite preaching about nothingness. He inspires people to follow him by transforming himself into the image of the Antichrist. Step number 1. Create a sense of destiny, a mission. Johan Liebert has an interesting relationship with destiny. On one hand, he doesn't value anything and is not looking forward to the future. On the other, he embraced a mission of eradicating human life from the world, a very dark goal. All the experiences he went through in his life show signs of prophecy. He, for instance, is the result of Germany's experiments during the Second World War that aim at creating perfect Aryan soldiers with fantastic genes and high IQs. Both of his parents were extremely intelligent members of the experiment. This is one layer that showcases that he was meant to play a role in the world. His birth was a conscious and meticulously planned decision. Another element of prophecy is him surviving a shot in the head from a close range. Dr. Tenma, which is the protagonist of the show, saved his life instead of the life of a very famous politician at the time. He was chosen by both circumstances and Dr. Tenma. A major source of Johan's insecurities about his place in the world and his sense of purpose is concerning his mother's choice. She was forced to pick one of her twin children to give to Bonaparte's wicked experiments. This moment of his mother's hesitation about which kid she should send created an existential crisis that lasted with him for decades. Should he accept the fact that he was chosen by destiny twice, or should he doubt it due to his mother's choice? So Johan kept on testing his destiny by placing himself in difficult situations. He would walk on the edges of the rooftops of tall buildings, always testing if he was worthy or not. At the end of the show, spoiler alert, he is shot in the head again. And when he gets saved again by Dr. Tenma, he understands that he is indeed chosen and that he should grow up and go face his mother to have closure and be as normal of a human being as he could possibly be. Some of his charisma, although destructive, was the result of him taking a dark path, accepting his destiny to be one of destruction. You can embrace your destiny as well, but in a positive, healthy, productive light. After all, Johan is an anime character. You are not. So what are some ways you can create a relationship with destiny that will draw people to you and make them want to be a part of your mission? A. Discover your calling and listen to the inner voice. For you to develop a sense of mission that guides you towards your path, you should start with your values. Your values are the first layer. If you walk down a path that is not aligned with what you believe, you will suffer regret. It doesn't really matter if you are up the ladder or down it, if you are climbing the wrong ladder. So, what are values? Values are things that you believe are important in your life, in your work, in your community, that you stand up for, work for, and defend. Hillary Clinton. These values can range from integrity, bravery, clarity, honesty to kindness, ambition, or even service. Service is a powerful value because it forces you out of your self-absorption. Ask yourself, what are you afraid to lose? Answering this question can help you figure out your values. If you think you value something, ask yourself why. Does that come from an inner core, or is it something given to you by someone else? By your culture. Your values should take into consideration your faith, your culture, your experiences, your life lessons. Try to focus more on the values that you believe are yours. Try to create a hierarchy of values. After you list the values you believe in, rank them. Would you give up honesty for loyalty? Is service as important to you as ambition? Another question to figure out your values is to ask, what makes me angry? Listen and trust your inner voice. Move to an isolated location if you need to do this type of self-reflection. Go for a walk if you need to. Visit your past. Try to see signs of destiny in your life. What natural inclinations that you had in your childhood? Did you have a visceral attraction, a fascination about specific subjects, activities, people, or even places? As a child, Steve Jobs was mesmerized by all the gadgets and electronic devices that he saw through windows of shops. Anton Chekhov, the famous playwright, was in love with the atmosphere of the first theatrical play he ever saw. Albert Einstein was especially captivated by math. Whatever you were fascinated by, you shouldn't dismiss, even if you have abandoned it before somehow. It still tells you a little bit about who you are and what type of work you could do. Even after years of feeling aimless, you can still find a purpose. Just like the famous director Akira Kurosawa, who was ready to quit after trying multiple aimless endeavors and finally witnessed a master at work that gave him this moment of inspiration. So, watch people who are really good at their job, especially in the fields that you are interested in. This might be useful to lighten your flame. B. Commit to something bigger than you and make it your mission statement. The key to have a sense of mission and destiny is that it's a gradual process and that you don't have to know everything right now. Just pick something based on what we discussed before and write your mission statement. By picking something bigger than you, you spiritualize your warfare. Human beings have a deep need for meaning and a sense of worship. So, make your goal seem bigger than life and people will be compelled to follow you. And they will see you as charismatic even if your talents aren't naturally social. Elon Musk, for example, is seen as charismatic and socially awkward because he has a sense of purpose that is big. The mission to colonize Mars or to extend the reach of humanity. Is there anything bigger than that? The grander your goal, the more important people will feel to be a part of your spectacle and mission. So be ambitious. Okay, examples of personalized life mission statements for an author, a teacher, business person, an engineer, and a lawyer that include a sense of destiny in a larger-than-life sense are the following. An author: to use the power of words to shape the world around me, creating stories that capture the imagination, inspire change, and leave a lasting impact on generations to come. A teacher: to unlock the full potential of my students, empowering them to become leaders, thinkers, and visionaries who will shape the future of our world. A business person: to build a global empire that transcends boundaries, transforming industries, creating jobs, making a positive impact on the lives of millions of people worldwide. You can create a short and long versions, the short one to memorize and revisit each time, and the second one to be as specific as possible.